I wouldn't ride with you if you're the last man on Earth.
I'm working on it.
Today I'm going to present you a piece of cinema history. And no, unfortunately, it's not yet another Stallone movie. I know you guys like him, I also like him, but yeah, I have to stop for a little bit because yeah, this is not a Stallone worship channel. Unfortunately. But no worries, in the near future I will do some more Stallone. No, this is actually the first New Zealand produced sci-fi movie ever. And if you're expecting the level of action-adventure of Star Wars or maybe some deep sci-fi as Star Trek, well, I'm gonna disappoint you, it's not going to be for you. This one is much more in territory of Zero Theorem or maybe on a Silver Globe or even a Stalker for that part. It's much more atmospheric, there's not so much dialogue and it's just characters doing themselves, mainly the main guy. I'm talking about the Quiet Earth from 1985 and it's also one of my favorites. I know, I do have a lot of them. Just one fun fact about the movie, director of this one, Jeff Murphy, he would later collaborate with Steven Seagal on Under Siege. Well, you know, the legendary Steven Seagal and Under the Siege. Let me tell you a little bit why I like this movie so much. So, when I was a kid, there was this novel called Pavle sam na svijetu, or as you would say in English, Paul Alone in the World. And it's basically a short novel by Danish writer Jens Sisgaard. And it's about a little boy Paul who's left alone in the world. He basically wakes up one day and he's just all alone by himself. And he just explores the freedom and does whatever he wants to do because there's nobody else to control him. And this movie is pretty much like this, at least in first 40 minutes, when our main guy Zach just does whatever he wants. Well, why is this one so special, at least to me? It's not your run-out-of-the-mill sci-fi, like let's just go and blow up the sun or, I don't know, shoot at some stormtroopers. I know it's gonna sound pretentious, but really, this one makes you think a little bit, because it's not your typical sci-fi, it's more on the human side. And as you watch the movie and you progress through it, you see all different stages of insanity that our main guys go through. You also see how he develops the relationships with the other characters, and there's 3 of them. And it also gives you a food for thought. What if, and if there's some other parallel universe or maybe some other dimensions, or what's gonna happen after that? Oh yeah, the movie also tackles some religious points also. There's a scene where he shoots up to Jesus when he's searching for God.
If you don't come out, I'll shoot the kid!
And that's one of the part of his insanity. Because our main guy is scientist. He wants to explain everything rationally, and yeah, sometimes he just can't in this movie. And that's also kind of the weak part of the film. Science here doesn't make so much sense sometimes. Really, this is not that science-based. It's more existential, it's more human, it's more just thinking about what would happen if everything disappears. Visually, for me, this movie, it's just brilliant because the atmosphere is right on the point. You just see this empty world. There's literally no sounds at all. There's some explosions here and there, and yeah, it's basically lifeless. Let's run through a plot real quick. So we have our main guy Zach that just wakes up and it's just like any regular day. He puts on his suit, gets a suitcase and goes to work. But in the meantime, he notices that there's nobody in the streets. Nothing is happening. He's just pouring some gas and there's no one else around. So he goes to work, he figures out that something really went wrong, and that's we find out about the Operation Flashlight, and everything goes to shit. He escapes barely and tries to contact the other people. He puts on some radio messages, he tries to paint some stuff on the walls, like try to find anybody else, because he can't believe that this is really happening. He goes through the various stages of insanity, he even tries to be a president of this earth that he's dwelling in, but nothing seems to satisfy him. So he goes back to the kind of normal mode, and he goes gardening, I guess, I have no idea. And after some time he also meets another character, and it's a female, Joanne. He's a happy like little child, everything is peachy, they chat a little bit, and through some time they develop like a real relationship. And also he's trying to figure out in the meantime what the hell is happening, because they're getting some weird tremors and everything is moving in a slow motion. And after some time and some adventures, they stumble upon the third character, and it's Appy. He's kind of this rough looking biker guy and also native guy, I guess. And at first Zach is not really fond of him because yeah, he's a competition now, and in my opinion, this could be a really allegory for the Adam, Eve, and the serpent, and Zack would be Adam, Joanne would be Eve, and I guess Epi would be a serpent, but yeah, not really sure. But yeah, this is where the religious stuff comes in. And slowly but surely, Joanne kind of falls out of the love from Zack and goes a little bit to the Uppy side. They fight a little bit over her, but I guess logic prevails in the end, and they figure out they have to stop these tremors and save the world, or themselves. So they come up with a great idea to get some explosives and blow up the facility or the laboratory where the experiment failed. And there's a plot twist, because Uppy first wants to drive the truck in, but no, Zack tells him that he has some RC devices and he's gonna radio the truck into the facility, everybody's gonna live happily ever after. But I guess he soon realizes that this is not going to happen, that's going to work. So he just drives the truck himself into the facility and wakes up on the beach with some distant planets. And that's pretty much it, that's the end. Okay, I know I'm not the best narrator for this movie, but believe me, it's way better than this. If you like sci-fi at least a little bit, just give this one a shot. It's really amazing. And this is the movie which you will either adore or you will hate it. If you read some comments on the IMDb, Reddit, wherever, Rotten Tomatoes, you'll see that this movie is largely forgotten. At least it was 20 years ago when I saw it. Today it's kind of getting appreciated, I guess. Much more people like it. Also, a lot of people hate it, they think it's really boring, but I guess it comes to the personal taste. For me, this is not really a slow burn, it's just a slow movie. But if you like to get into the atmosphere, maybe some thinking, like really good characters, at least the main character, because the other two are not developed that much, but still their altercations are really good. They're really well made. And also there's this question, like, what would happen if you were left alone in this world? Everything would be lifeless. What would you do? Would you go somewhere? Would you try anything? Like, would you miss people at all? Or maybe animals, whatever. I also have to tackle the music because there's not much of it in the movie and it feels kind of dramatic. It's kind of epic at the times and it really fits through the whole atmosphere. And it's just this slow building of the world and the story. In my opinion, it's really good. So yeah, this is basically my take on the Quiet Earth. I want to know what you think about it. Did you ever even see it? Would you maybe like to watch it? Do you think it's pretentious? It's maybe artsy-fartsy? It's just overthink stuff way too much? Maybe it's just empty? I don't know. For me, it's near perfect movie. I know the ending is not great for many people and I know it's kind of slow and boring movie. But yeah, it takes time. You just have to get into it, I guess. And really, I don't want to sound pretentious, not at all. I'm not some super intelligent hipster guy, not really. I just like the movie, it just fits for me. So I guess you're gonna like it also, if you try it. And see you in the next one. And